Right, welcome back to the channel, guys. With Leeds, Leicester and Southampton all going down, there's some grubby hands trying to steal their players. We're going to talk about who probably gets the move and where do they go.
Some bargains to be had.
Exactly. Let's get into it. Right, let's kick things off then. Let's go with Big James Maddison. Where do you think he's going?
Quality player.
I've got him down for 3 teams.
I think he's suited to Spurs.
Yeah.
I think he's suited to...
I see a little bidding war, to be fair, between...
I can see him going Arsenal, you know.
Nah. I don't think they enter for Maddison. I think Newcastle, United and Spurs will fight out for him.
I could see them being interested. And yeah, Newcastle, 100%. You think Man United?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, really? I didn't even think of that.
I think so. Because obviously... Well, you think Eriksen's...
Hang on.
He's getting a bit older now.
But they've got Eriksen, Bruno, and they're getting Mount.
Oh, yeah, they're getting Mount in there.
Get
Forgot
Maddison,
about... Yeah. Forget that then. Forget that. I ripped my list before Maddison, before Mason.
I would say...
I think Spurs and Newcastle.
My money's on Newcastle.
Yeah, well, I mean, if Newcastle come in the race, I think if you're Maddison, you go Newcastle.
I think we spoke about how...
Especially when they're on the up.
We spoke about another video about how he'd fit in at Newcastle, didn't we? So I said he'd have Bruno as the holder, Joelinton and then Maddison as your 2. But I also think, because Maddison has played there for Leicester, he could play on the right of a 3 as well.
Yeah, easy.
So I think Newcastle...
You could even put him in behind the strikers.
But then saying that, at Spurs, he could play on the right of a 3 in Spurs, or he could play in midfield in Spurs.
Well, it depends. Well, if we're getting Postecoglou now, it depends what formation he wants to play.
Yeah, he could change up. But
I'd love to see us play a 4-2-3-1 again, because I think that suits us. But apparently, Postecoglou likes to play a bit more pressing football. So... Whether he plays a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, I think we've got... I mean, he fits better. Imagine him playing behind Kane.
Yeah, the only thing is, I think if it's between you and Newcastle,
hands down, mate. We're on the climb, they're on the up. Yeah, exactly. And they got
he probably wants this move to be Champions League. Obviously, he might never play it. So
yeah,
my money, I'm saying Newcastle.
Okay,
but I think it would be.
I mean, I hope Spurs.
I think you'll be in for him as well.
I think between Spurs and Newcastle.
How much do you reckon it costs?
I think it was last year's contract, didn't he?
28, 26,
27, 28, I think. I think getting 40.
Yeah, last year.
I think you're getting 40 on the relegation as well. I think getting relegated, you knock 10 mil straight off just because they know they have to sell them because they need the wages.
100%.
Okay, what about we'll stick with Leicester then. We'll go through a few Leicesters. Harvey Barnes. I think you were talking about him as a squad player for a few players, and I think for teams, I think a few teams tap him up for a squad player, but let's stick to arguably who does he go through for like a starting 11?
Yeah, as I say, I think he could probably bar City, because I'd have him at Liverpool as a squad player.
Yeah, but
I think he could go anywhere.
As I just said, not as a squad player.
Yeah, fine.
Where do you go? Because I've got 2 teams
as a starter.
I've got. Bear in mind, Saha's leaving Palace, so I think he's a big shout for Palace, and. As far as I'm aware, Williams also leaving Fulham.
Does he play on the left? He doesn't.
Yeah, he plays on the left.
Yeah, Saha's a good. Palace is a good shout.
I think Palace and Fulham. As a starting 11, I think he walks into the teams, especially with Zaha leaving.
For Fulham?
Well, I think William does, doesn't he? William.
Okay, fine.
He's leaving on a free, isn't he? Unless he signs a contract.
What about Brentford? I can see that.
Yeah, I thought about Brentford. I also thought
Villa.
Well, I also thought Newcastle, but then I was like, I don't think he's good enough. Especially like we were saying the other day, I think Newcastle need to go buy, because they've got the money to go buy players that walk into the team as opposed to a squad player. And you'd argue Barnes is probably a squad player, but then who do they get? They got fucking what's his name from Everton?
Gordon. Yeah, he's crap.
40 million, man. What a waste of money.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's one of them that he could pretty much go anywhere.
Yeah, but again, he could go anywhere as a squad player. But I'm thinking, what? I mean, he walks into a lot of even like your West Hams and stuff.
I think he starts.
I think Palace.
I think West Ham's good.
I think Palace and Fulham.
I think Bar, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, Spurs.
Well,
bar them 5. I think he starts over the rest of the teams.
I don't know. I
think he starts at Newcastle on the left because St. Maspers are so hot and cold. I reckon
that's why I said maybe Newcastle.
I think he starts anyway. So he's probably got to pick the bunch. He's going to have a lot of offers.
Yeah, I think so. I think you get him for about 25 as well.
Yeah, who plays on the left for Villa?
Ramsey, innit?
Nah, he plays more in midfield, doesn't he?
I thought he played left.
I think he does sometimes.
But yeah, okay. Well, yeah. I think
I can see Villa. I can see Villa. My gut would say,
at this rate, I think you think half the Premier League, don't you?
No, I'd say a Villa.
Wolves?
Nah, I don't think he's too good for Wolves. I'd say Villa or... Who else did we just say?
Well, Fulham, Palace, and my
Yeah, I'd
shouts.
say Villa or Palace. Yeah.
Okay.
Be interested though. I think he's gonna have a lot of offers. There might be a little bidding one there.
Yeah, I feel like the 4 at Leicester that we're going to talk about are the ones that are probably people come in like bidding wars wise.
How much do you reckon he'll go for?
About 25, I reckon.
How long's he got left? Do we know?
I think he's either on his last year or he's got 2.
Right, yeah.
But
Maybe like 25, 30, I'd say, yeah.
what about big Iheanacho?
Yeah, interesting one. I think he wasn't really... He wasn't trusted by Rodgers, I don't think, was he? Like, he was a bit in and out.
I don't know. I think he played, but
sometimes
I don't think Rodgers knew if he wanted to play Daka, Iheanacho, or Vardy. They were sort of in and out, all of them.
Oh, mate, I think he could do a job at a lot of teams as well.
Yeah, I think so, but I feel like...
shooing for...
Well, a couple of teams that are crying out for a striker.
Go on.
Everton need a striker, especially with Lewin.
Too good for them.
Well, he's been playing Leicester.
Yeah, definitely.
Palace dying for a striker.
He's the one that
dying for a striker.
Say, yeah, Palace
and well, 2 more. West Ham and Wolves. West Ham spent all that money on what's his name,
Shamaka.
Fucking scored about 3 goals.
Yeah.
And Wolves, their biggest issue is they can't score goals.
Yeah.
So I feel like them 4 teams, like, is a shoe in for the start.
They should all be throwing a kitchen sink trying to get him in.
I think he's late 20s as well. So you probably, I think you get about 20 mil for him.
I've got an outside shout for you.
Go on.
Brentford.
Well, yeah.
Tony's out for 5 months Christmas this season, so
I think they're already linked with someone though. I think they're linked with someone.
Yeah,
it's a good shout.
I think Palace is the favourite for me for that.
Yeah, I think he fits in.
I think they need to be.
I think he fits in really well.
I really rate him. Because that's what Palace missed. They've got their creative players.
Well, yeah, I personally, I think if you're Everton or Palace, you go chuck 25 mil at him, you get him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we know he's gone, but where do you think Tielemans goes? Because do you know what? Well, you think the season before last, he was touted to go Arsenal, and he just fell off. And he stinks of the whole, my last season, I don't want to get injured. We're on the decline. I don't really want to play. And he's really hasn't performed this season. So I don't think he's got a big move in him. But I still think he's good enough for like a Newcastle or Brighton.
Newcastle.
Well, we just said about Madison. He fits there.
Newcastle and Brighton, no chance. They're far too good.
Why not? They're losing.
He's not mobile enough.
Brighton are losing Casado and McAllister.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't think he's a Brighton signing. He's a bit older. Nah, I'm not having it.
I still think he's good. I think
he's good. He's just not mobile. He can't run.
Shot.
He can't run. I think technically he's very good. Like he's scored some absolute bangers. Do you know my shout?
His passing rate.
Do you know my shout?
Go on.
Because I think Neves is going to go, probably nailed on to go Barcelona.
Do you think?
I think Wolves. Well, it'd be a great replacement for Neves because it's a similar type of player.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
Not the most mobile, but technically very good.
But yeah,
good passing, good.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I like that.
I'd probably say Wolves. I don't think anyone that's kind of like I can't think he's not like a nailed on one that makes sense as much as like we just said with like the Iheanacho one for Palace. I don't. He could go.
He might. To be fair, he could go abroad.
Would you take him at Spurs?
No, I don't think. I think as far as our team goes, midfielders probably are. When Bentancur's back, it's probably our strongest position. We've got 5 that I'd happily have any of them start really.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So I don't think we need another defensive midfielder. We need a creative midfielder, and like you said, I don't think he's got the legs. I'd have Maddison all day over him.
Yeah,
all day.
Yeah, of course, anyone would.
Yeah, again, he could go abroad. So let's have a little nibble at Southampton's playing. Then let's kick it off with Lavia.
Yeah, my boy.
You're starving for him, ain't you?
I'd have him.
Yeah, I know you would.
We were linked with him, and then it went cold with it, and then we've been linked with him
I think he's a similar to Barnes, where he gets into every squad. That's a given anyway. But I think he starts for quite a lot of teams. But it'd be a great player just to have in the mix.
I think like if we're talking about Liverpool first, I think he's the first one that we'd actually be really interested in. So like. For us, we're linked with a lot of midfielders, but if we got Lavia, I'd be happy with it as long as he wasn't like the marquee signing. Like if he was one of the extras.
Yeah, but
maybe
if
like
you can pick up 30 mil, it's a bargain.
I'm saying if you get 30 mil, he's 19 or 20. Play with Fabinho, learn off Fabinho for a year, and then Fabinho can go next summer and take over.
Mate.
No, he's washed, but he's still, still going to learn off a player like that. Do you know what I mean? Like play with him for a year and then like rotate with him, and then Fabinho go off next summer, and then Lavia takes over.
Well,
so I think,
like you say, you get him this year, play him 10 games in the Prem, play him in your cup games and a bit.
I think he'd probably get more than that, but 15.
It'd be beautiful
20,
in Europa League. I think it'd be great in there.
I think it makes sense. I really hope for 30 million.
The thing I really like about him is his hunger and desire, mate. He's always after the ball. That's the sort of player you want.
Slide tackle as well. He times his tackle so well, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, especially for Liverpool, where they're a pressing team, and I think he fits the system really well. I'd have him, to be fair.
Yeah.
He's a great talent. The only thing that worries me is that buyback from City.
Yeah, but that doesn't come into play until next summer.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You go spend 30 million and they're like, well, yeah, now he's worth 60 odd because he's had a great season. You put all that development into him.
It's 40 mil next summer, so then maybe it costs 40 mil.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You put all that development into him and they're like, yeah, we're having him back. Thank you. Cheers.
No, sorry. He doesn't. That's not how buyback works, mate.
What do you mean? If they want to buy him back,
if we sign him, they don't have a buyback from us. It's from Southampton, you tit.
No,
that's 100%, mate. It's not how it works. He's on a contract now with Southampton. In his contract is the buybacks. If City want him, it comes into play next summer. If City pay 40 mil for him, they get him next summer. If we buy him first, he's on a new contract. They can't do a buyback from us. No, 100%.
Well,
100%.
I think sometimes it just carries on.
Name me a time that's ever happened.
Well, I can't think off the top of my head, mate.
Mate, I'm telling you now.
All right, we'll Google it.
We don't need to. I've never been so sure in my life. You think if Liverpool buy him, Man City can then go buy him for 40 mil? It's no way. It's not how it works. Not how it works. That's the contract he's on now. He'd be on a new contract.
Surely everyone would just be doing that, wouldn't they? Just buy someone and sell them on for a profit just before they get the buyback. But I don't know. All right, that's fine. If you probably are right, to be fair.
They put a buyback in, right? So when City sold him to Southampton, they put a buyback in. Just listen.
Yeah.
They put a buyback in so that when he goes, they can get first refusal on him, right?
Yeah.
But if Liverpool get him the year before it comes into play, then that's just how it works. Do you know what I mean? They could go they could go and buy him still, can't they?
Okay. Well, I'll believe it when I see it with my eyes. To be fair, you probably are right.
I think he stays in the Prem though. And what I really like about him is,
I think he will.
He counts as a homegrown player.
Yeah, you said last time. Yeah.
And we need homegrown players, so it makes so much sense for Liverpool. So I hope we go and get him because I really rate him.
James Ward-Prowse.
Spurs?
Nah.
No? Not having it.
No, I don't think he's the right fit.
I can see him at Newcastle as well, actually.
So apparently, the concerning thing is that apparently Kane really wants him. I've heard a lot that Kane wants us to sign James Ward-Prowse.
Kane has scored more goals.
Well, that's probably why. He's like, assist merchant.
Where's he go then? What's his level?
I think
Villa?
I think he's outside the top 6, if I'm honest.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's screaming for that sort of player in the top 6. Or we're talking about the big 6.
See, I agree,
not the top 6.
I agree, but then I think as a squad player to maybe play Europa League.
Again, we're trying to stop the squad play. We're trying to go for a starting team because most of these can fit into squad players. I personally think West Ham, if they lose Rice, I think he's a good
shot,
good little swap.
Good shot.
You sell Rice for what, 80 million to 100 if they can get that, and then you pick him up for 30, 40. I think it's a good little, because I don't get me, he's not at the same level as Rice, but he probably brings different attributes that Rice doesn't have. It still is that defensive-minded sort of midfielder, much better passing range. Probably Antonio and Bowen probably love to play with that sort of player, where he's whipping balls in and behind, because they like to play on the last man, really, don't they? So I think he fits West Ham perfectly. If you're West Ham, I think especially once you lose Rice because he's going, I think you take that and you go, right, we've got an instant replacement and we make 30-40 mil on it. It's my call.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad shout. They're very different players, though, aren't they?
I think they're similar in some senses, different in others, but then for most players, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think he fits in the system well, especially with who they've got now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd say like maybe Everton.
Yeah, do you know what I like? Well, I like that. What's his name? It's not Garner, is it? Is it Garner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got potential. I like Decore
from United. Still?
I thought he was.
I think they might have signed him actually.
Yeah, I thought they signed him. And who else have they got in midfield? They've got another one I actually don't mind. I can't think now off the top of my head.
Iwobi?
Nah, no, not Iwobi, mate.
The Onana.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, Onana.
Right,
Who's the other one then? They got Garner Gay, ain't they? Nah, Garner Gay's he's too old. But I mean, I don't think they need him. I think they need a striker. I think they need to work on that front line more than they do anything.
I think James Ward-Prowse is Spurs, mate. To be honest,
I hope not.
Do you think it's Spurs player?
I don't think we need him.
replace your boy Harry Winks when you sell him.
Winks has been
He
replaced.
might not
mate.
start every week, but I think he's.
No, because I don't know.
I think the Senate actually maybe don't rate him.
I think for the money, I think that money's we need different positions more than we need a James Ward-Prowse.
Right, yeah.
All right, last Southampton player. We could have picked that Solomon Mane or Mane, whatever his name is.
My boy Bella Ketchup.
Do you know what? Apparently, we're linked with that Solomon Mane.
Oh,
but,
really?
Yeah, but I
said
only
Ketchup.
saw one last game. He only played in the last game, so I chose Alvarez.
Okay.
But
I haven't seen much of him. It's only the last few games, really.
yeah, no, I don't know. He only come in Jan.
Is he an out-and-out striker?
Yeah, he only come in Jan, and he's I think he scored about 4 or 5 goals. I think he's got decent ability. He's only young as well. I think he's only like 21. I feel like as if you're a lower team or someone like a Luton or someone on the way up. I mean, I don't think Luton can maybe afford him, but I mean, Burnley probably fits well for Burnley.
Do you reckon?
I don't know. They like to press, don't they, a bit? But
What about like
maybe
Brighton?
Maybe Sheffield United.
Do you not think he's too good for that?
Why? He's just got relegated with
Yeah, but
Southampton.
he's shown promise. I think he's a good young player. I don't think he'll go to a team like that. I think like a Brighton. They're so good with young players. I could see something like that.
Don't think they need him.
No one's really shouting out.
Especially unless they get rid of Ferguson.
They're in Europe now, mate. They just lost McAllister.
Yeah, but he's not a striker.
Yeah, but is this guy an out-and-out striker? I think he's more of...
Yeah, but they got Undav and Ferguson, mate.
Mate, Ndav, come on.
I think they're on a similar level. Alvarez hasn't done that much, mate.
Oh, he's young though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's young,
Promising.
Argentinian prospect,
Yeah,
but
I can't.
I think he's a lower team. I think he gets you 10 goals a season easy. I reckon,
Well, Everton.
like a Wolves or an Everton. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Wolves.
I mean,
good shout.
Wolves
Is he
got no.
Portuguese?
No, he's Argentinian.
Oh, that puts a spanner in the works, doesn't it? Yeah, tricky one to pick, really. I'd say, like a Wolves, Everton, maybe.
Yeah,
but
probably.
I could see like a team like Brighton going for him.
No, I can't. I think you're talking out your bum hole.
Brighton love it. Like, why?
I don't. They don't need
Brighton
him.
pick up young promising players and they make them into world beaters, mate.
Yeah.
It's not who they need. They're in Europe for the first time. They're going to need a squad.
Yeah, but
Their striker, if he is a striker, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Undav, who was been crap all season, he's towards the end of the season, he started doing all right. Welbeck, Danny Welbeck, right?
forgot about big Welbeck.
Ferguson,
yeah, still young.
okay. And then they get this guy in, they're playing in Europe.
Yeah, but I feel like they're playing in Europe. They need to go buy a top striker. And I don't think
That's
he's
not
that.
how Brighton work, is it? Come on.
Yeah, it's true. It's not their model, is it?
Yeah, he's a hard one to place, really. I don't really know what his level
Yeah,
is.
but to be fair, Brighton ain't going to sign him because they'll go get someone for
Yeah, we don't know
2.5
that. Yeah,
mil, who's like an Alvarez, but before they went to Southampton,
yeah, that's true.
they're going to get paid 25, 30 mil for Alvarez, aren't
They're
they?
going to pay 25.
Talking at your
1,000.
bum hole.
Yeah, but all right. Well, he's definitely
Hang
fine.
on, you got a bit of poo there.
Fuck off. He's too good for Sheffield United, though. No chance.
Okay.
He goes to.
I think he's a good signing for a bottom team, like a Palace or Southampton.
We'll see.
Need a striker. But okay,
He'll
we're going
probably
to
go
Leeds
fucking
players then.
Yeah.
Scraping the barrel here.
Fucking hell, yeah. I gotta say.
Big Harrison's got to leave, surely. I think he's Leeds' best player alongside Villa. Interesting. Yeah, do you know what? I don't think he gets the credit he deserves. I feel like him in a better team, I feel like he's a better Harvey Barnes.
What's his best position?
Well, he's left wing. I feel like his crossing ability is top tier. Absolute whippage on him. I would, yeah. I like Jack Harrison.
I'd definitely prefer Harvey.
I'd have him as a backup at Spurs, mate.
Yeah, get him in, mate. Do you know what? I could
There
see
was talk
that.
a couple of years ago.
I could see
There
that,
was talk a couple of years ago we were interested in him.
Yeah, I feel like I'm saying on all of them, but he could go to any mid-table club, couldn't he? Spurs included.
Yeah, I think he's just a little bit better than that.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
Well,
really?
he was at City Academy.
Oh, I don't know. Not anymore.
Well, Lavia was.
It is baller.
Absolute waste, man. I think he's good. I think he gets to a bigger team.
Interesting, yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that, and then we'll get through the other two. Gonto. I chose Gonto over Somerville
Yeah.
because I feel like Gonto's probably got a bit more
cat for it,
promise.
isn't it? Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I think purely for his potential, like he's shown it in flashes when he broke on, and then he kind of wasn't in the team. He was in and out, and he kind of went off the ball a bit.
Yeah.
But I think purely for potential, you're buying potential. I could see him going like an Arsenal.
Big shout.
It's potential, yeah. Seriously,
Potential.
he's young, isn't he?
Little
He's
fuzzy
like,
bee.
how old is he? He's very young. Like
Yeah, he's
19?
I think he's 21.
Right, but yeah, I think he won't go to a low. I mean, he could go back to Italy or anything, couldn't he? Like, but he won't go. I can't see him going to a low, like a mid to low.
Yeah.
I think he's I think he's better than that. I think you're paying for his potential. It's like
Yeah.
Lavia. There's not you're paying for potential. They're not going to go. I
Well, I don't know. I think
you say
Lavia.
potential in a minute.
Well, you tell me,
100
mate.
times probably. I don't.
I think Lavia has shown more promise than Gonto.
Yeah, but Gontos has showed flashes, just not got the consistency.
Yeah.
At that age, you don't do.
No, yeah, it's true.
So I'm saying,
Especially
like
in a poor Leeds team.
I'm saying Arsenal come into him as a squad player. Back in the Champions League.
I don't see that.
I'm saying Arsenal. Who are you
I don't
saying?
see that. I don't know, to be fair. I don't think I even put anything down. I put a newly promoted team.
Nah,
But
no chance.
I mean, sitting in now, I think he's better than that.
Italian international.
But I don't think one of the big boys come for him.
Villa. Oh, Brighton.
As we just discussed, mate, I don't think Brighton, they fish abroad.
I think he comes in that level. Arsenal, Brighton, even Newcastle. I think he's that level.
Yeah, but I feel like Leeds asked they want 20 mil for him.
I think that's
If not more.
That's fine.
Yeah.
20 mil. That's a snip.
Yeah, but I
I'd
don't
have him
see.
for 20 mil.
Well, yeah.
I'd have
Yeah,
him for
you got
20
20 mil, have you?
Not me personally. I'd have him at Liverpool for 20 mil.
Okay, well, let's say our last one out then. Rodrigo.
Really rate him.
I think another one like
You're not going to
Harrison
say
for
Sheffield
me.
United or Luton, are you?
I feel like Luton should go.
I knew it.
Nah, again, I mean, we're talking about the same teams, but they're all dying for a striker. Your Wolves, West Ham's, Palace.
I was going to say Wolves.
and who was the other one? Everton.
Do you know who his cousin is?
Rodrigo?
Yeah. No, do you know who his cousin is?
Rodrigo.
No.
Who?
Tiago.
Is it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool story, bro.
Cheers, man. So, yeah, I mean, I think like Wolves, Everton, maybe.
Yeah, I think Wolves, Everton, West Ham, Palace. I think
something like that.
they're all going to be fighting around for him.
Realistic. You know what's going to happen, don't you?
They're all going to go abroad.
Most of these are going to go to La Liga or Serie A.
Or they're going to stay with the teams.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Can you see any of them staying in the Championship?
No. The only ones I can maybe think.
See, just looking at that list.
I can't actually see any of them.
I can see Alvarez.
Yeah, maybe.
And I can see Gonzo if no one comes in with a good enough bid. But the rest of them.
Yeah, then surely the only two that would
the rest of them.
possibly. Alvarez probably the only one for me.
Barnes at a massive push.
Barnes don't go down.
reckon?
He's not playing Championship.
Yeah.
There's other players that are knocking around the Championship are waiting to come up. Who's that one at Bristol? And we're going completely
Alex
off here.
Scott.
Alex Scott, mate. Someone's got to come in for him this year.
Yeah, interesting.
Big money move, I reckon. I think they get 20, 25 mil for him, and he's coming to I reckon he's got potential. Because you remember like the Madisons and stuff when they were at Norwich and bits, like when you were like, oh, someone's got to take a chance on him. He's that guy for me. And there's also, I can't remember his name. There's a guy out in the Belgium league. I saw the other day. I can't remember his name, but I think he's got like 25 assists this season and like 5 goals. And I was reading, I was like, someone's going to take a chance on him. And I reckon Burnley are going to get him.
Striker.
Yeah, he's a midfielder, I think. I feel like Burnley take the punt on him, especially because obviously Company
Such a random call.
loves a Belgian player. And
What's his name again, Mo?
I can't remember his name. I might have it written down. I'm waffling a bit in. Hannah.
Yeah, get that
I
waffle out.
I try and be quick.
Get that waffle out, mate.
Where is
on
it?
your head.
I don't put waffles on my head, sir.
Yeah, we should do. There's no consistency here.
It's Mike Trezor.
Never heard of him, but give me a phone.
Remember the name?
Oh, you've lost it now.
Yeah. Remember the name. Mike Trezor. I reckon he's
Never.
he's going to get a big.
Is he?
No, I reckon he goes Burnley.
Interesting.
I'm calling it now.
Okay.
Early doors.
Well, I can see Alvarez going Burnley actually.
Maybe we did say.
Harrison, Burnley. There you go.
Yeah. I need to familiarise myself with Burnley's squad. That's the thing. There's almost no point because if they do a Forest and come fucking buy 30 players, you go, oh, hang on a minute, I need to learn everyone's bloody names.
Ain't doing that.
Some of the players' names that like Southampton and stuff, I've only just got to grips with them.
Yeah,
Like Awani at Forest for you, mate. You love it. Right, let us know then, guys, where you think these players are going, where they're off to. Are they flying abroad or are they staying in the UK? Let us know in the comments. And as always, if you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.